Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to High Top Sports Network's presentation of WPIAL Class 5A Section 2 Varsity Softball. The Armstrong Riverhawks host the Greater Latrobe Wildcats today on High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Treckengoss. Thanks for tuning in to the Nicola Ann Photography pregame show here on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game day. We, of course, would like to thank our scoreboard sponsor, Sprankle's Neighborhood Markets. Today is Wednesday, so you know what that means. Sushi Madness all day, $5 hand rolls at Sprankle's. They are tremendous, but what is going to be tremendous this afternoon is going to be this matchup of two of the perennial powers in the WPIAL Class 5A classification. The Armstrong Riverhawks coming in at 4-1. The Wildcats of Greater Latrobe coming into this game at 6-0. An early season, huge game here for the Riverhawks, and it is windy up here, folks. I've had some things blowing over, thanks to Joe Rhodes for hooking me up with some bungee cords before I left the office. They were much needed as things were flying around here, and you know how strong the wind is because we have the setup for the broadcast in a metal case, a heavy metal case, and the wind was so strong that it was blowing the metal case around the table. And right now we're going to have the national anthem, so I'm going to break, and then we will get to your starting lineups here on the Nicola Ann Photography pregame show. So you've got a nice view on the screen there, drawn out view of the field, and of course the zoom in on the pitcher circle, home plate, and you'll be able to see the batter, catcher, and the umpire, of course, behind the plate. Getting ready for a good one here at Armstrong. Latrobe, as I mentioned, on the Nicola Ann Photography pregame show, coming in here at 6-0, undefeated this year. Riverhawks suffered a season-opening loss at Hempfield, but have since won 4 straight. And Armstrong will take the field as we get this one underway. Riverhawks had a power surge against Penn Trafford a couple of days ago. 8 home runs in that game, and they busted it open. It was a 5-3 game in the 7th. Riverhawks scored 8 runs in the final frame to run away with that one at Penn Trafford to pick up their first section victory of the season, looking for number 2 today here against the Wildcats. And it'll be senior Cam Sprankle on the hill for the Riverhawks starting once again today. Sprankle pitched against Penn Trafford and also hit a couple of home runs. She was 4 for 4 in that game. So an impressive showing by Sprankle, the senior hurler for the Riverhawks. And this Latrobe lineup, they've got some hitters. It's not just pitching, which has been Latrobe's calling card in years past. Always great in the circle, but this year got a lot of pop to go with those good arms on the mound. So about to get it underway here. Meeting at the circle, the infield comes in, a little high five action. Good to see Jessie Pugh back at first base. She suffered an injury against Freeport diving for a bunt attempt and hit the post of the dugout, I was told by assistant coach Mike Klontz. But it's good to see Jessie Pugh back out there at her regular position, first base. We'll get the Latrobe lineup for you just as soon as this one pops up on Ye Olde Game Changer. Sprankle already ahead 0-2, it looks like, on the leadoff batter. And that one slapped back to the screen, foul ball. And you can hear the wind, I'm sure. I mean, it is pretty ferocious, and it's blowing straight out. I'm in left center field, as you can see from the cameras, and it is blowing straight out here. That one slapped up. Atherton will grab it behind the plate for the first out of this game. Bella Atherton hopping up from her catcher's position to snag out number 1. And still waiting for the old Game Changer to pop up. I don't have a game stream, so I can't give you the lineup here for Latrobe, but hopefully sooner rather than later it'll come up. One away here, top of the first on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game day. Like a good neighbor, Ryan Bowser State Farm is there, licensed real estate agent, or excuse me, insurance agent. I don't know, maybe he does real estate too. Swing and a miss right there. Sprankle, good fastball up in the zone. Gets it past the Latrobe number 2 hitter. Still waiting to find out who that is. I'm getting Game Changer notifications, but these are all for other games that are getting underway for teams that we follow. That ball out off the plate, missed by Sprankle right there. And a swing and a miss. Sprankle again. Good heat early on here from Cam Sprankle on the mound for Armstrong. And Sprankle delivering another fastball. That one popped up and behind home plate there. Out of play over the screen. And I'll tell you what, if these Riverhawks hitters, as I mentioned, 8 home runs against Penn Trafford on Monday, if they get the ball up in the air, it is going to fly, because this is a short park and the wind is blowing straight out here to left field. Fly ball, center field, Cass Adams under it, and she squeezes it for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for the Wildcats. As mentioned on the Nicola Ann Photography pregame show, Riverhawks have won 4 in a row since that season opening loss at Hempfield. It wasn't the cleanest game, maybe some jitters early in the season there, the season opener for the Riverhawks. Didn't play clean defense and led to some unearned runs against the Spartans. But since then, Armstrong has been good. 4 in a row. And that one skied to right field, but Emma Smerick underneath it. So 3 up, 3 down. Cam Sprankle retires the side here in the top of the first inning. Thank you for tuning in to High Top Sports Network this afternoon. Always appreciate the patronage of folks out there. Want to spend their afternoon here watching some fantastic high school sports on the network. Of course, we appreciate all of our wonderful sponsors. I've mentioned Nicola Ann Photography, one of the best photographers in the Pittsburgh area, as noted by the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. And also, Nicola does some phenomenal work with a ton of local sports teams, shooting all of their, preseason shots, the headshots, the full bodies, the action shots, the banners. Nicola Ann, a tremendous photographer. Of course, Ryan Bowser State Farm, our official broadcast partner today. Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, our scoreboard sponsor this afternoon. Of course, I am in the quote-unquote Armstrong Indoor Athletics broadcast booth. I'm wearing my AIA hat. I don't know if that's showing any favoritism, but they are one of our fantastic sponsors, have been with us for quite a while now. So have my AIA hat on out here in left center. Thanks also to Steffi's Country Catering, our player of the game sponsor today. And, of course, Phoenix Physical Therapy in Katanning. Get in touch with Damon Fermani. Set up your appointment. They'll get you back on your feet in no time. Thanks to the John F. Graff Insurance Agency, our post-game sponsor. Serena's Pizza and Berg Bar, our mound visit sponsor for today's game. So it looks like the warm-up pitches are done. And on the hill for Latrobe, number 31. I followed Latrobe today on the Game Changers, so I'll just pull up their roster really quickly. First pitch to Smerik in there for a strike. Emma Smerik, one of the best leadoff hitters and fastest hitters in the WPIAL. That one popped up to left field, under it, and grabbed for out number one as Smerik flies out to left. Well, that's interesting. I thought I followed Latrobe today. I was almost sure I did. So we'll get it to you here. Shortstop Emma Paul up right now for the Riverhawks. First pitch to Paul. In there for a strike on the outside corner. Nice location. The 0-1 pitch. Just inside right there. One here to Emma Paul. Off the plate. That's a ball outside. And Paul rips a base hit up the middle. So a one-out single by Emma Paul, and the Riverhawks have a runner aboard here in the bottom half of the first inning. Oh, here we go. Got the Latrobe roster finally. And Emma Paul in there with a stolen base. That is your Phoenix Physical Therapy Katanning stolen base. Emma Paul slides in safely. And Atherton, short pop to right field coming in and making the grab. As Paul tags up and will get to third base. So Emma Paul aggressive on the base paths. Well, we've got a number 31 on the mound, but there is no 31 on this roster, of course. That always makes things fun. That is Hayden Kranick in left field. She made the first catch of the inning on Smerik's pop-up. So I got one name. Jenna Klotz at the plate now. Fastball off the plate there for a ball. That one inside corner. Nice location there for a strike. Launce, two-hopper to short, fired across and out. So the Riverhawks strand a runner at third base. Quick first inning here at Armstrong Junior Senior High School. No score as we get ready to head to the second on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game day. You can visit Ryan online at ryanbowsersf.com. Get a free quote. Heading to the second, and as I mentioned, looking for some info here as names start to pop up randomly. I know the Riverhawks lineup. We've been covering them. This will be the third season now, and they have made long playoff runs going to the state championship game 2 years in a row, so very familiar with this squad. Greater Latrobe, not so much, so trying to get that info as we speak. I only need about 3 more hands, and I'd be in fantastic shape. My intern, Bella Schreckengoss, did not come with me today, so going to have to give her a bad grade. And Sprankle starts off the first at bat of the second inning with a strike. This is Williams, I believe, at the plate. She is the pitcher for Greater Latrobe, so facing Sprankle, her counterpart on the mound. Ground ball, Paul scoops it, fires over to Pugh, and one away as Williams is retired to start the second inning. Sprankle pounding the strike zone and playing good defense behind her early on here. Riverhawks have fielded everything cleanly so far, so good sign early on for Armstrong. And this is Hayden Kranick, the left fielder. She takes a strike on the first pitch from Sprankle, so Sprankle working efficiently and quickly. The 0-1. Ooh, Kranick takes the changeup for a strike. Wind, as you can hear, kicking up. I always try to turn my mic opposite of the wind, but as I said, it's blowing straight out into my face here in left center. Kranick fouls it back to the screen for strike number 2. So Sprankle ahead of the Wildcats left fielder, an 0-2 count. See some folks sitting over there towards center field. A lot of Armstrong regulars here today in the crowd. Early season section matchup. Kranick pops it towards right center field. Over to grab it is Smerick. So quick 2 outs here. As Sprankle just continues to pound the strike zone, mixing speeds and locations, doing a good job in the circle for the Riverhawks right now. First pitch is a ball. And this is right at the plate. Sprankle fires, changeup. Ooh, just missed right there. So a 2-0 count to right. You're going to hear a lot of gusts today, I feel. That one in the dirt. Front of home plate, skips past Atherton, but nobody on. That makes it a 3-0 count on right. And you also hear some clicks of the camera. High Top Sports Network, of course, the official content provider of the Leader Time Sports section here, the paper of record in Armstrong County. Taking a few snaps of Sprankle on the mound. That one sawed off on the 3-0, excuse me, the 3-1. right swinging and fouling it back to the screen. Armstrong varsity baseball team behind me practicing today. They are coming off a win against Penn Trafford. That ball is high to right, and she walks, so the Wildcats have their first base runner aboard. Foul ball just dropped over top of me here. Hopefully I don't catch one in the back of the head. That would not be fun. Living dangerously out here. I'm in the flight path of what could be home runs from either team. And I'm also to the first base side of the baseball field. They're taking BP right now. First pitch by Sprankle in there for a strike. And this is Zufall. Sprankle, that one kind of looked like a pitch out a little bit. And Zufall fouls that one out of play, down over the hill to the right side. Sprankle fires, changeup hit into center field. Under it is Adams, and she snags the third out of the inning. So another scoreless frame put up by Cam Sprankle and the Riverhawks. Armstrong coming up to bat here in the bottom half of the second on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game day. Of course, we would like to thank our scoreboard sponsor once again, Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, downtown Katanning. Head in there for Sushi Madness. That's today, of course, Wednesday. $5 rolls. I get the spicy tuna and I like the spicy salmon as well. Obviously, throw a California roll in there. They have a lot of great sushi to choose from every day, but I want to stop in there Wednesday when those rolls are $5 a piece. Makes for a light, healthy meal. I like to get it for lunch. Usually before a game if I can manage to swing down there. 151 North McCain Street in Katanning. Sprankle's Neighborhood Market. Hashtag save on meat. So Williams back out for her second inning of work. Getting the warm-up pitches in. She will be facing, well, let's just find it here. I believe it's going to be Pugh leading off here. Yes, indeed, Jesse Pugh will lead off for the Riverhawks. Pugh, as I mentioned, coming off that injury she suffered against Freeport last week, diving for a bunt attempt there at first base, but back in the lineup, always a good sign. Jesse had some very clutch hits last year during Armstrong's run to a WPIAL championship and then in the state playoffs. And she's really heads up at first base. Seen her make a lot of slick plays over there at first on the defensive side of the ball. That one inside to Pugh, make it a 2-0 count. Williams missing down low and inside. Pugh getting ready for a 2-0 from Williams. Riverhawks got Paul to third base in the first, but unable to cash her in. She had a one-out single, stole second, advanced on a sac fly to third, but was stranded there as Klontz grounded out to end the inning. Williams. Pugh had the green light there. Oh, excuse me, that was 3-1, so Pugh fouls it down the third baseline for a strike. So full count here. Williams on the 3-2 to Pugh. Inside, and Pugh draws a walk. So the Riverhawks have the leadoff runner aboard, Jesse Pugh, drawing a full count walk right there to get down to first. Second base runner for the Riverhawks against Williams. And Shelby Cloak, who hit one of those 8 home runs against Penn Trafford, at the plate. Oh man, everything's blown around here. First pitch missing outside by Williams. That's a ball. So 1-0 to Cloak with Pugh aboard at first after the leadoff walk. And grounded, snagged at third base, firing. Pugh beats it down to second, getting in ahead of the throw. Over there at third, went off the glove a little bit. She had to go down to one knee. Pugh able to make it down to second base to beat the throw and beat the force out. So the Riverhawks have 2 aboard. That'll be a single for Shelby Cloak. They called it a fielder's choice, but when you don't get anybody out, you got to get on base somehow. And a bunt attempt right there by Cass Adams, the Armstrong center fielder. Fouls it off, so first strike to Adams. And bunted foul again by Adams in front of home plate. So 0-2 the count. She'll have to swing away now. And that one just off the plate. Williams just missing there to Adams. So 1-2 the count here to Cassidy Adams. And Adams puts bat on ball. Little grounder to short. Adams going to be out at first base on a bang play. Really close right there. Mishandled a little bit at shortstop. Have runners on second and third, 1 out. And Cam Sprankle looking to help her own cause right here. 2 runners in scoring position. Sprankle with those 2 home runs against Penn Trafford went 4 for 4 on the day. Big outing, not just in the circle, but in the batter's box as well for Cameron Sprankle. And now trying to help herself here against Williams and the Wildcats. That one, oh, called a strike. It was a rise. Sprankle might have thought it was a little high. I kind of thought it was a little high out here myself. But called strike behind the plate, so 1-1 the count. Williams trying to work out of this jam. That one on the outside corner, so Williams, good location on her last 2 pitches. Now ahead of Sprankle, 1-2. Trying to work through this jam that the Riverhawks have created for her. Here in the bottom of the second, that one just off the plate. Catcher set up outside. Williams painted it, hit the glove perfectly, but just off the plate. Evens the count at 2-2. And swing and a miss. Williams mows down Sprankle with the strikeout. And that'll leave it up 2-out situation here. I believe this is Jordan Klingensmith at the plate. Trying to cash in Pugh from third and Cloak at second. Ball one from Williams outside to Klingensmith. Strike there as the wind is really wreaking havoc on my camera right now. So Williams trying to get past Klingensmith here and get out of this inning and leave two Riverhawks in scoring position. And another foul ball from the baseball field. Just missed me that time. I feel like I'm in the danger zone up here in left center. If it's not the wind, it's foul balls coming over from the baseball field. That one was, I don't know, 5 feet away. I guess it wasn't that close, but Klingensmith, swing and a miss. So now she is down, well, excuse me, the count is even at 2-2. And Klingensmith gets sawed off, little one-hopper to second, and the Wildcats get out of it. Riverhawks strand 2 more in scoring position. That's 3 so far through the first 2 innings. Riverhawks have left in scoring position as Williams able to work out of it. Get that third out on the ground out to second base by Klingensmith. That's going to take us to the top of the 3rd inning here on this Ryan Mauser State Farm game day on High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Schreckengoss. Thanks for tuning in today. Always appreciate you folks out there joining us, especially in the afternoon. You know, maybe you're at work, maybe you're in the car, maybe you're at home, maybe you're working from home. We appreciate you tuning in, joining us today. Sprankle has been extremely effective so far for Armstrong on the mound. Well, in the circle, I guess. I always say on the mound because it's a baseball thing. But in the circle, she has been extremely effective. And has gone through the Latrobe lineup pretty quickly in her first 2 innings. First pitch to Hengen, one hopper to Paul. She fires over. Pugh grabs it and one away quickly on 1 pitch. Sprankle able to get that first out just as she has in the first 2 innings. And a foul ball on the first pitch down the line right there. Second batter. Here for the Wildcats. That ball popped right side. Oh, kind of blew back. Pugh was ranging out there, and it kind of blew back behind her. Excuse me. Mouth getting a little bit dry up here in left center. Got the wind blowing right at me. And I'm talking. Sprankle, strike 3, got the backwards K, and that's a Sprankle's Neighborhood Market backwards K. Cameron Sprankle looking dominant in the early going here. So 2 down quickly once again for the Wildcats. And a bunt. Oh, picked up on one hop by Cloak. Fires to Pugh. And the Riverhawks are out of the 3rd. Nothing hurts. So another quick inning by Cameron Sprankle and the Armstrong Riverhawks. On this Ryan Bowser State Farm game day here on High Top Sports Network. Josh Reckengoss with you this afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. Whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, our website, doesn't matter where. Thanks for taking the time this afternoon. It was a nice and warm day. It's super windy up here, as I've mentioned a couple of times. Got to have quick reflexes. And as I mentioned, if I had 3 more hands, I'd be in great shape. But I got everything set up, which I think in a sturdy fashion. So let's hope nothing blows away. The top of the order coming up for Armstrong here. Right fielder Emma Smerick to lead it off. Flew out to left field her first time up. And Kayla Williams on the hill gets a strike on Smerick there to start it off. See, they have Williams. She's wearing number 31, but she's listed as 21 on the roster, so that was why I was confused a little bit. That one just off the plate. Smerick will take a ball. Just going through Latrobe stats here. Williams so far this season, 29 innings pitched coming into this game, 4-0. Smerick chops one foul down the right field line. She's only given up 12 runs, only 8 of them earned in those 29 innings, 50 strikeouts. ERA at a minuscule 1.93. She's left 27 runners on base in those 29 innings, and she's left 3 more on base today, all in scoring position. Opponent batting average just .209 against Williams this year. So obviously, a good pitcher for the Wildcats. Smerick trying to beat it out, and she does! The ground ball to short. Emma Smerick showing off the wheels as she busted down the first base line and will beat it out for the infield hit. Emma Smerick turning on the Jets. That's why they call her Smoke. And now Emma Paul, who singled her first time up and got around to third base, but was unable to come across home plate with a run. She will hit against Williams. First pitch off the plate. Oh, Smerick. Oh, look at that. A stolen base right there. Phoenix Physical Therapy Katanning. Stolen base. Smerick baited the catcher into throwing behind her at first base. The first baseman turned around to tag Smerick. She was already on her way to second and down in scoring position. Emma Smerick using those wheels to help the Riverhawks out here. Leadoff runner in scoring position now. Emma Paul at the plate, 1-0 count. Williams fires to Paul inside. That's a ball. So a clinic being put on by Emma Smerick right now in the base running department. Paul looks at a strike right on the outside corner. Nice pitch there by Kayla Williams. And between batters, folks, I want to get to a little point here as Paul lays off that one outside. A lot of you folks watch us on Facebook. You follow us on Facebook. And you see a lot of these spam links that come up when we post our streams. Please don't ever think you have to pay for a High Top Sports Network broadcast. Please don't ever enter your credit card in one of those spam links. I know it's happened to a few people. We've gotten calls about it in the past. And it is honestly impossible for us to block and remove every single one, because if you go back through our page, you'll see some games will have 10, 11, 12 of these spam links posted on them by these bots on Facebook. So please always just know that High Top Sports Network does not charge for broadcasts, and you can find our links through Boxcast on our social media and, of course, on our website. It's highly annoying as part of the High Top Sports Network team for all of us to see that. And it happens more and more frequently as our follower base grows, so please don't ever enter any information into those spam links. Paul fouls another one off. High Top Sports Network would never ask you for any personal information or credit card information, anything like that. So please always be aware. Just want to put that little warning out there, I guess you would call it. Keep everybody who enjoys our broadcast safe and keep their identity safe. So big pitch here from Williams to Paul. Ground ball, diving stop at third base. Nice play, but unable to make a throw over as Paul beats it out down the line for an infield hit. So a couple of infield hits here for the Riverhawks. That was a nice diving play by the third baseman, Corinne Wright. So a good spot here for number 3 hitter Bella Atherton, the senior catcher. Coming up with a couple of runners aboard. Smerrick at second, Paul at first. No score in this WPIAL Class 5A Section 2 matchup. Williams misses outside. 1-0 now to Atherton. So Atherton now waiting for Williams to toe the rubber. She does. Rocks and fires. Atherton shows bunt. And Wright lets it bounce foul before she touches it up. And Atherton smokes one deep right field. It's going to be caught. Smerrick will tag up easily to third base. Jenna Clance, one hopper to third, right up with it. Oh, it's a foul ball. So Clance trying to get the Riverhawks on the board. Paul at first, Smerrick at third, one out. Clance watches that pitch from Williams off the plate. Paul walks down to second base. Defensive indifference right there, no throw. And Clance right on top of that one, smokes it, one hopper over the fencing by the Riverhawks dugout, into the dugout, the back of the dugout there by Clance. So Clance trying to do some damage here against Williams. Get the Riverhawks on the board here in the bottom of the third. Williams delivers. Clance, little chopper to short. Smerrick's going to score. Clance out at first. And Paul advances to third on the throw. So an RBI ground out by Jenna Clance gives the Riverhawks the lead for the first time today. First run of the day for either team. 1-0 Armstrong. Bottom of the third, 2 outs. After that RBI ground out by Jenna Clontz, and now Jesse Pugh at the plate. Williams delivering there to Pugh. Just missed. And that one low and inside by Williams. Pugh walked her first time up. That one inside corner for a strike. Williams getting one in on Pugh right there. Pugh sawed off and gets it over the infield for an RBI single. Jessie Pugh back in the lineup, making her presence felt with an RBI single off of Williams with 2 outs. And that'll make it 2-0 Riverhawks. So Clontz and Pugh with RBIs here in the third inning off of Williams. Riverhawks able to get those 2 leadoff runners around. Smerick and Paul coming around. RBI ground out by Jenna Clontz and an RBI single by Jessie Pugh. And that one a ball. Shelby Cloak at the dish for the Riverhawks. Kayla Williams on the circle, and Cloak, oh, diving snag at shortstop. What a nice play there by Josie Stragus at short for the Wildcats. Diving stop on the soft liner by Cloak to end the inning, but not before the Riverhawks get 2 and take the lead here on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game day. You're watching High Top Sports Network. Josh Reckengost along with you. We're heading to the 4th inning. Cameron Sprankle has been excellent in the circle for the Riverhawks today. And Sprankle working through those warm-ups, looking really sharp. She has been right in the strike zone this afternoon, rarely missing. And today will be our last day of broadcast before the Easter holiday, so I hope everyone has a safe and happy Easter with your families. Sprankle getting the Latrobe half of the 4th inning underway. A little nubber down the first base line. Pugh flips it on to Klingensmith for the first out. So 1 away, Sprankle has been in control this afternoon. That one fouled away on the first pitch. And Sprankle again delivering the strikeout. Boy, she is getting stronger as the game progresses. 2-0 Armstrong here. Riverhawks got a couple in the bottom half of the third inning. That ball hit out to center field. Adams in on it, and she makes the grab. So Sprankle throwing up goose eggs today. Wind picks up, and didn't matter right there. That was off the end of the bat. Oh man, it just keeps going. Not getting any love here on the wind front. That died down a little bit right there as I was holding everything in place. You know, if I go silent for a quick second and you hear just the wind rushing through my headset, you'll know that I'm just trying to hold everything in place. Make sure the lid of the case doesn't slam down on me or on any of the wires coming out of it. That wouldn't be good. And over at West Shamokin, Joe Rhodes. I believe Sean McCullough's on the call with him. Not 100% sure. Might have to check in on that, but they're covering some baseball in Rural Valley this afternoon, and it looks like Penns Manor is up 1-0 in the second inning on the Wolves. So if you're interested in some Heritage Conference baseball action, flip over to Joe and possibly Sean. I can't hear it, so those guys will have some baseball. Of course, we got the softball here, Riverhawks and Wildcats from Armstrong. Riverhawks up 2-0. We are now in the bottom of the fourth inning. On this Ryan Bowser State Farm Game Day on High Top Sports Network. Pitch there by Williams. Strike at the knees. I believe that's Cass Adams up there. Indeed it is. Cassidy Adams at the plate. Smacks it down the third base line. Snagged and fired across, but unable to hold on at first base. So Adams will be aboard after the error. That was a nice play down the third base line. Been tested over there a little bit today. That is Corinne Wright at third. So Adams aboard after the error. And a bunt. Going to move Adams up. And Sprankle sacrificing Adams over to second base. So another Riverhawk in scoring position. Riverhawks been doing a good job of that today, getting runners in scoring position. And we're finally able to cash in a couple last inning. Right now, Jordan Klingensmith at the plate. Kayla Williams in the circle for the Wildcats. Fires a strike to Klingensmith to start the at-bat. One away here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. That one just off the plate right there by Williams. Oh boy. Sorry, folks. I'm just trying to make sure that this didn't come unplugged here. Smith swings through that one from Williams, so a strikeout. Got some error notification on my screen here. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Never seen it before. Looks like a blinking battery light, but I'm checking all my plugs and my power, and everything looks good. Back to the top of the order, Smerrick fouls it away for strike number 1. Adams out there at second base with 2 outs. Story of the game so far, Cameron Sprankle in the circle for the Riverhawks. Just been phenomenal, not allowing the Wildcats to threaten at all. Smerrick, ooh, a strike on the outside corner. Nice placement by Williams on that pitch. Hoped it's not the monitor. It might be the monitor. And that one is snagged by Wright. What a play at third. Corinne Wright able to dive and pick that one up off the turf. It was the monitor. How about that? I figured it out. It was unplugged here behind where the power goes in on the monitor, and I couldn't see that, but we got it. So we're good to go, and the Riverhawks are good to go as we head to the 5th inning on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game day like a good neighbor. Ryan Bowser State Farm is there. I feel like I can almost see his office from up here on the hill in Manor Township. Ryan located in Ford City. Check him out online, ryanbowsersf.com. Get a free quote. He can help you with all of your insurance needs. And doesn't just offer insurance services, all kinds of good stuff. Financial services, healthcare services, you name it. Ryan Bowser State Farm can help you with it. Of course, we would like to thank Steffi's Country Catering, our player of the game sponsor today. I know Terry's been dealing with some internet issues out in Adrian, as we have in the over the weekend and early in the week here at High Top Sports Network, our office located in Worthington, PA. So, but check it out. I think you can still get some Easter orders in. Just look up Terry Steffi on Facebook. Sprankle starts this inning off with a ball low. Hayden Kranick, the left fielder, 0 for 1 today, up right now to lead it off, and takes ball number 2 high. So the 2-0 from Sprankle to Kranick, swung on, ripped down the left field line. That is going to be foul. Just on the outside of the left field line there. Kranick ripped it. But nothing but a loud strike, as my old baseball coach used to say. Sprankle missing high with that 2-1 delivery, so now the count to Kranick, 3-1. And Sprankle loses her, so Kranick on with the leadoff walk. And Sprankle missing up high there. After the walk to Kranick. Atherton comes up throwing, but it's... Ow, she's out. She went off the bag. Kranick Paul kept that tag on. The throw was just a little bit late there from Bella Atherton and high, but Paul, give her credit. She kept that tag on the entire time, and Kranick came off the bag. So a heads-up play by Emma Paul gets the first out of the inning. Kranick caught stealing. She had the bag, but lifted the hand. And Paul wisely keeping that tag applied. There's a one-hopper to Klingensmith. Oh, the ball had some English on it, spun back on her. Those are always tough to handle, as Wright is now aboard following the error by Klingensmith. Especially off the turf, those are spinning backwards. And you saw Klingensmith kind of got caught up right there, going towards second base, and the ball spun back on her. Went against the grain there, back toward first base, and unable to handle it. So that will allow Corinne Wright, the third baseman, to get to first base with one out. Sprankle delivers a good fastball there, fouled away. And this is Zufall at the dish for the Wildcats. 1-1 the count. Sprankle fires. That one just high. Atherton tried to frame it. Does not get the call, so 2-1 the count now to Zufall. This is Piper Zufall. She rips it towards center field. It's going to get down. It's going to get past Cass Adams. She's going to come up throwing. Hits Paul on the cutoff. So Zufall hits one out to the fence. Adams played it in quickly. Zufall held to a single, but able to advance to third base is Corinne Wright. So now, best opportunity of the afternoon for the Wildcats, coming here with one down in the fifth inning. An error by Klingensmith, and then a single by Zufall. She'll get a pinch runner. Atherton out to talk to Sprankle. Just go over the strategy right now. Nothing Armstrong, but Latrobe threatening now here in the fifth. Ball low and away. This is Hennigan at the plate for the Wildcats. Sprankle missing low right there to Hennigan. Grace Hennigan, number 33, up here for Latrobe. Trying to cut this Riverhawks lead in half, maybe with a base hit. Swung on, pop toward the right side. Pugh over for it. She grabs it. Big out right there for the Riverhawks. Jessie Pugh over by the fence. Able to track down that pop off the bat of Hennigan for the second out. That's a huge out for the Riverhawks. Cam Sprankle trying to work out of this jam, keep it a 2-0 game. Swing and a foul tip on the first pitch at the plate. Important at bat right here, obviously. 2 down, 2 on for Greater Latrobe. Wind kicks up as usual. Sprankle, the 0-1 right in there. Nice pitch by Cam Sprankle. This is Gabby Bird at the plate for Latrobe. Sprankle trying to close the door on the Wildcats' threat here in the top half of the fifth inning. Sprankle tries upstairs, throw down, and they're going to get the double steal. It works. Atherton through, and Latrobe able to execute the double steal as Wright scores from third base. Don't know if Atherton should have tossed that one down there. Maybe just eat it. He got 2 strikes on Bird. And Sprankle, look at that, gets a ground ball, 1 hopper over to Cloak, fires on to first. And boy, oh boy, that throwdown by Atherton, kind of costly as the Wildcats get a run on the double steal with 2 outs. Sprankle had 2 strikes on Bird there, and then the very next pitch induced a 1 hopper to Cloak for the 3rd out. So Latrobe on the board in the 5th inning. That one should be an unearned run due to the error by Klingensmith early in the inning. Now the Riverhawks, that's all right if you want to be on camera. I think that guy had a Sprankles hat on. There's Luke. There's my guy Luke Canish. Leaving baseball practice there. Good to see Luke. So now the Riverhawks only a 1-run lead after being up 2-0 there and almost out of the inning, keeping Latrobe scoreless, but the double steal works, and the Wildcats cut the lead in half. We are into the bottom of the 5th inning here on this Ryan Bowser State Farm Game Day on High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Reckengost. Thanks again for tuning in. Always appreciate all the fine folks out there who watch our games. We love you. Couldn't do it without you, and we do it for you. And, of course, for these great student athletes and coaches and everyone surrounding the programs that work so hard. It's nice to shine a light on some great young people, and we certainly enjoy doing that here at High Top Sports Network. So starting it off here, Williams going against Emma Paul. That one low. So a 2-0 count to Paul. See if the Armstrong shortstop can start another rally. And Paul takes a strike inside. Paul swings and skies one down the third base line. It gets out of play for a strike. That'll even the count at 2-2. Two count to Emma Paul. And that ball low nearly hit her in the feet, but able to get out of the way. So it'll be a full count here on Emma Paul. Kayla Williams in the circle, ready to deliver. And Paul spanks it foul. Count will remain full, 3-2. As Williams and Paul will go at it again here. And ball 4, Paul aboard again, drawing that leadoff walk. So that's going to bring up Bella Atherton. For the Riverhawks, the catcher, senior catcher for Armstrong. Coming up to the plate. And Paul, let's see if she's on the move. Already has a stolen base today. So let's see if Paul is going to get a jump off first once again. And there she goes. Atherton swings and pops it up. So Paul was on the move there on the first pitch of that at bat. trying to get into scoring position once again. Let's see if she is going on this second pitch. And Paul is going. That one popped up, and the throw gets away, trying to double her off. That one's all the way up the right field line. Here goes Paul to third base. She's going to get around to third base standing up. So Atherton popped it up on the infield. Paul was dead to rights between first and second, but the throw from the shortstop got away from first and went up the right field line against the fence, so that allowed Paul to get around to third base. So now Jenna Klontz at the plate, Paul at third. Klontz looking for another RBI. She had an RBI ground out earlier in this one in the two-run Armstrong third inning. And Klontz takes ball one. So Riverhawks trying to get that run back that Latrobe scored in the top of this inning. Klontz, one of the most lethal hitters on this Armstrong lineup. Takes a swing. That was a low pitch there by Williams. Klontz kind of on top of it, fouled it back to the screen. And Williams looking in to Klontz. Emma Paul at third. And Klontz takes a strike on the outside corner. Didn't like it. Williams painting that outside corner to get ahead of Klontz. Crucial pitch coming up right here for the Wildcats. Jenna Klontz digs in. And she gets the bat on the ball. That's going to score Paul. And Klontz down to first safely as it was mishandled a little bit at shortstop. Right there, you're thinking, Paul, she's got the speed. But Stragus at short, she was looking to come home, I think. And kind of mishandled the ball, maybe trying to get it out of her glove before she actually had control of it. I mean, Paul was going as soon as Klontz made contact. That would have been an extremely tough play for Stragus. And with the little bobble, that allows Klontz to get to first base safely, and we have a mound visit here right now for Latrobe. Of course, Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, our scoreboard sponsor today. Get a fresh homemade meal, grab and go right there. They have some really good homemade meals, and you can just walk right in, pick one up, throw it in the microwave, and have a great home-cooked meal for supper if you're on the move. Of course, they're award-winning deli. Great selection of cold cuts and a lot of homemade stuff back there, too. They carry a lot of homemade stuff. They have burritos by Scott, which are fantastic. So check it out. Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, downtown Katanning. At 151 North McCain Street, downtown. Hashtag Save on Me. So Jesse Pugh up now. Riverhawks on top, 3-1 here in the fifth inning. And Klontz, big lead, kind of daring Zufall to fire down, but she does not. And Pugh, it's a 1-0 count on her. Just one out here in the Riverhawks half of the fifth inning. Kayla Williams in the circle delivers. That one is a strike. Another look down by Zufall, but not throwing behind Klontz. She did that earlier to try and get Smerrick, and Smerrick took off and was able to steal second on the play. Williams. Pugh rips it. That's going to get over the infield again. Another hit for Jesse Pugh. And Klontz will stop at second base, so Pugh with a couple of singles today. Also an RBI in this one. The Riverhawks keeping it moving here on offense. That one in there for a strike. Shelby Cloak up 0 for 2 today. And last time up for her, she had a little line drive up the middle, and Stragus made an excellent diving play to her right to end an inning. Now Cloak trying to advance. Clontz and Pugh swings through that fastball by Williams. Good pitch there. Down 0-2 in the count now is Cloak. Armstrong able to get that run back that Latrobe scored in the top of this inning on a double steal with 2 outs. Cloak, ooh, watches strike 3. The backwards K. Here goes Clontz. Heads up play, and Pugh will advance as well. Jenna Clontz, look at that. She was halfway between second and third. The throw back to the pitcher. She took off and able to swipe third base after Cloak struck out. So now 2 more runners in scoring position for Armstrong. Clontz down at third, Pugh at second, and Cass Adams at the plate. That one on the outside corner. Strike 1. Here to Adams, 2 down, 5th inning. And that is in there for strike 2. Williams firing some heat on these first 2 pitches. So Adams got to protect right now, 0-2 with 2 outs. That ball low by Williams. I'll make it a 1-2 count. Williams delivers. Adams just puts bat on ball. She's going to drop it in, and that's going to score 2 more for the Riverhawks. Nice piece of hitting there by Cassidy Adams. Just throws the bat out at an outside fastball by Williams. Drops it over the infield, a 2-run single. Big knock there by Cass Adams to extend the Armstrong lead to 4 now, 5-1 Riverhawks. And that'll bring Cameron Sprankle to the plate. Boy, I bet Sprankle was happy watching that at bat by Adams right there. Great job of hitting by the senior center fielder for this Riverhawks team. Just throwing the bat out there on an outside fastball. You can't take that chance and let that pitch go. You might get a call on the outside corner, which Williams has gotten today. Adams did not allow it, just enough to drop it over the infield in front of Bird out there in right field. And Sprankle swings. There's a pop. Shallow right. It's going to drop. Adams on her way to third. And Sprankle trying to advance, and she's going to be out. The throw over to third base. Sprankle tried to sneak into second base for an extra one, but heads up play by the Crater Latrobe infield to get Sprankle. Caught her with the hand in the cookie jar right there. But the Riverhawks get 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now out to a what feels like commanding 4-run lead here as we head to the top half of the 6th inning here on this Ryan Bowser State Farm Game Day on High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Reckengast. Appreciate your viewership this afternoon. Riverhawks, big inning right there. Good answer to Latrobe getting that run in the top half of the inning. Riverhawks strike back with 3. Now up 5-1. So back here on High Top Sports Network, Armstrong 5, Greater Latrobe 1. Sprankle out there for the top of the 6th inning. And that is a little slap over the drawn-in infield. So a leadoff base hit here by King to start the top half of the 6th inning. Wildcats looking to fight back into this one. As King able to slap it over to the left side. Paul in pursuit, but the infield was drawn in there on King. So a base hit to start it off. And first pitch of this at bat is a ball. Lauren Weatherton at the plate right now for the Wildcats. That was Brenna King with the leadoff single for Greater Latrobe. Weatherton 0 for 2 this afternoon. And she reaches out and pops one into shallow left, and that's going to drop. So back-to-back singles. King and Weatherton starting it off against Cam Sprankle. Neither hit very hard, but able to find some green. And that's what you need. Riverhawks have been able to do that today, and right now, Latrobe trying to get a rally going, down 4 runs here in the 6th inning. And this is the shortstop, Stragus. First pitch by Sprankle. Just low on the outside corner. Just missed, did Cam Sprankle. The 1-0 to Stragus. The changeup, no, it is outside as well. That one also low, so 3-0 now after a couple of base hits by Latrobe. Sprankle in danger of loading the bases with nobody out. Stragus, the 3-0 count. Swing and a miss on the changeup. She had the green light. Sprankle knew it and threw the changeup. Stragus obviously looking for a fastball right there, so 3-1 now the count. Sprankle, another changeup, but that one misses high. So the bases are now loaded. King and Weatherton led off with singles, back-to-back singles, and then Stragus drawing the 5-pitch walk. And that'll bring Armstrong head coach Keith Schaefer out to the mound for a visit. So that'll give us a chance to recap what's happened so far. Game was scoreless until the bottom of the 3rd when the Riverhawks broke it open. Well, not broke it open, but opened the scoring, I guess you would say. And that featured a Jenna Klontz RBI groundout and a Jessie Pugh RBI single. Cam Sprankle kept Latrobe off the board until last inning, top of the 5th. Double steal worked for the Wildcats to get them on the board with their first run, but then the Riverhawks answered with 3 in the bottom half of the frame. The big hit, 2-run single with 2 outs by Cassidy Adams. And that's where we are right now. You go across the box score. Latrobe, 1 run on 3 hits, 3 errors for the Wildcats. Riverhawks, 5 runs on 7 hits, just 1 error for Armstrong. Cam Sprankle, 5 innings pitched so far. 3 hits, 1 run, unearned, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts, but she's in a jam right now. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Williams at the plate. First pitch, just low. Sprankle missing to her fellow hurler. Changeup. Gets a strike. Oh, Atherton pulled that one back. Good frame job by Bella Atherton right there. 1-1 count now to Williams. And ripped by Williams to left field. It's going to get to the fence. Clontz picking it up. 2 runs already in. Here comes the third. Paul fires. And it's too late. A bases clearing double by Williams. 3 runs in for Greater Latrobe and still nobody out. Wildcats on the prowl right now. Get those 3 runs back with 1 swing by Williams. Drilled it down the left field line. And the ball got past Clontz to the fence. And all the Wildcats were off to the races. Around and in. A big swing by Williams to help herself right there and to help her team get back into this one. 5-4. The Riverhawks clinging to that 1-run lead. I'm not sure what the discussion's about right here. I think the umpire is kind of telling both benches to maybe calm it down with the volume, maybe the whatever's being said down there. You can't really tell up here. But Kayla Williams, the 3-run double right now to make it a 5-4 game. Taking a look at her stats right now, came in hitting 400. Couple of homers, 8 RBIs. She'll add to that total today. 3 more for Williams. Well, the game changer says 5-3. I'm not exactly sure why. And it says there's 1 out. Oh boy, I'm confused. Trying to maybe get an explanation. Maybe somebody missed home plate. Swing and a miss. Sprankle gets a big strikeout right there as Kranick goes down. So the game changer says 5-3. And that says there are 2 outs. So somebody missed a base or something. Is that what happened? Somebody missed home. Third. Well, I'm getting the word up here from the Armstrong faithful that a runner for Latrobe did miss third base. So a costly error right there. I'm not sure which one it was as everybody was on the move. So that miss and an appeal by the Riverhawks getting a crucial out there. Williams, what would have been or should have been a 3-run double, turns into a 2-run double, but an out for the Wildcats. And then Sprankle coming back to strike out Kranick. And now trying to get right to get out of this inning. Armstrong now up 2 after the Wildcats runner missed third base on the way around. So break for the Riverhawks right there. Strike in there on right. Corinne Wright taking that 3-0 pitch right down the middle from Sprankle. And the 3-1 off the plate, so another walk issued by Sprankle in this inning. And the Wildcats back to having 2 aboard with 2 outs. And this will bring up the catcher, Piper Zufall. That is a strike on the outside corner. Zufall, a big hit her last time up. Sprankle trying to get out of this. And a little pop sawed off over the Wildcats dugout and out of play. And Zufall foul down the right field line. Line drive foul right there, so the count will remain 0-2 on the Greater Latrobe catcher, Piper Zufall. And Sprankle with the 0-2 changeup, just got a piece of it. Did Zufall back to the screen. So the Wildcats catcher stays alive here in the top half of the 6th inning. You're watching High Top Sports Network on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game day. Riverhawks and Wildcats going at it. WPIAL Class 5A Section 2. Oh, and Sprankle hits Zufall to load the bases. So the Wildcats not done yet, and here, well, the door is open, but just to toss in a foul ball there. I think that was Coach Klontz was tossing it in, or he's doing the game changer maybe. I can't really tell. So bases loaded now. After Zufall was hit by that pitch, it was an 0-2 pitch. And that ball low to Hennigan. And ball too low to Hennigan. So Sprankle, well, she had Zufall 0-2 and then hit her to load the bases. Obviously a big inning already for the Wildcats. Williams with that 2-run double, should have been a 3-run double, but a base running mistake by the Wildcats. Strike one in there to Hennigan. And ball 3 to Hennigan. So a big pitch coming right here for Sprankle and the Riverhawks. Hitters count for Hennigan. 3-1, 2 down. Top of the 6th inning, 5-3 Riverhawks. Sprankle fires. Hennigan chops it to third. Here's Cloak. She gets the force at home. Atherton standing on home plate. Cloak makes the wise play to go to the plate to get the final out of the inning. But the Wildcats strike for 2. Kayla Williams, a 2-run double. Big break for Armstrong. As one of the Wildcats missed third base coming around. I'm going to try and see if it's listed here. I think it was Weatherton. It says Weatherton out advancing to home on that double by Williams. So it was Weatherton who missed first base. Oh, that's a tough one for the Wildcats. Would have been a 1-run game had Weatherton hit the bag, but give Armstrong credit, paying attention. Someone noticed it down there in that dugout that Weatherton missed the base. And we're getting ready to start the bottom of the 6th inning here on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game day on High Top Sports Network. Josh Rettengast along with you this afternoon. Kayla Williams in the circle for the Wildcats. Getting ready to start it off here in the bottom of the 6th. I believe that is Klingensmith leading off for Armstrong. And first pitch in there for a strike by Williams. It is indeed Jordan Klingensmith. Final batter in the Armstrong order. Klingensmith reaches out, fouls that one back to the screen for strike 2. So Williams ahead of Klingensmith 0-2 right now. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Armstrong leads 5-3. Key matchup early in the season here in this section. Riverhawks and Wildcats. That one just off the plate by Williams. Ball 1. And Williams fires. Klingensmith reaches out and drops it into right field. Good piece of hitting there by Jordan Klingensmith. Leadoff runner is on. Leadoff single by the Armstrong second baseman, Jordan Klingensmith, her first hit of the day. That'll turn the order over. Emma Smerick coming up right now. 1 for 3 this afternoon is Smerick, beating out that 2-hopper to short, showing off the wheels earlier in this game. So Williams fires to Smerick. First one in for a strike. Good velocity on that fastball by Williams. Here comes the 0-1 to Smerick. In there for strike 2. Williams not messing around to start off the Armstrong leadoff batter, right fielder Emma Smerick. And that ball up high. Missing right there on the 0-2 fastball. Just off the plate right there. Smerick held up, called a ball outside, count even at 2-2. Nobody out. Jordan Klingensmith at first after the leadoff single. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Armstrong Junior Senior High School. Ball inside, so Smerick has worked out of an 0-2 count. Now full against Williams. Payoff pitch incoming from Williams. Smerick, grounder, stepped on second, and not going to be able to get Smerick there, but Stragus able to get the force out at second base as that ground ball was taken right to the bag. So Klingensmith out on the fielder's choice. Smerick now down to first base. Let's see if she is on the move here. Would kind of be surprised if she wasn't. Emma Paul at the plate. Shortstop is 2 for 2 today. And Smerick doesn't go. That pitch to ball was low for ball 1. Williams fires. Strike on the inside corner to Paul. So 1-1 count here to Emma Paul. Emma Smerick down at first base. Has not taken off yet. And she goes right there, throw down. Not going to get Smerick. Another Phoenix Physical Therapy Katanning stolen base. Visit phoenixphysicaltherapy.com. Make your appointment today, Katanning, with Damon Fermani. All the fine folks up there at Phoenix Physical Therapy, located in the Franklin Village Mall. Our stolen base sponsor today, thanks to them. Paul takes another one inside. So that is going to be a 3-1 count. Hitter's count here for Paul. Interested to see what Williams does right here with the speedy Emma Smerick at second base with just 1 out. Paul 2 for 2 today. And Paul reaches out and crushes one in deep right center field. That ball is way gone. 2-run shot by Emma Paul. Hitter's count indeed. She takes the 3-1 heater out over the plate. Deep out right center field. And the Riverhawks are back on top by 4. Boy, talk about a no-doubter. And it's amazing that someone as small as Emma Paul can hit a ball that far. It was down over the hill to right center field. Just a bomb by Emma Paul. 2-run shot. And that is huge insurance right there for the Riverhawks. Williams trying to shake it off. But as soon as Paul made contact with that, you knew it was gone. A mammoth home run by the Armstrong shortstop. She is 3 for 3 today. None bigger than that 2-run home run with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th to extend that Riverhawks lead back up to 4. First pitch to Atherton in there for a strike. So a huge swing by Emma Paul gives the Riverhawks some breathing room. Atherton takes the ball inside. Williams up to 115 pitches on the afternoon. And a chopper. Stragus grabs it, fires across to first base for out number 2 as Atherton is retired on the 6-3 putout. 2 down here, bottom of the 6th. And that'll bring up Jenna Clontz, Armstrong left fielder and cleanup hitter. Clontz, there's a base hit for Jenna Clontz on the first pitch of the at-bat. So Clontz able to extend this inning. Clontz 1 for 4 today, couple of RBIs and a run scored. And Jessie Pugh strides to the plate. She's had a nice game today at the plate and in the field, made a couple of nice plays on pop-ups in foul territory. That ball skips off the plate and to the backstop, so Clontz will advance on the wild pitch. Pugh in there at 2 for 2 today. Run, RBI, and a walk. So Williams trying to get out of this 6th inning. Her team with 1 more shot to put up 4 runs at least to extend this game. Pugh takes a ball low. And Pugh fouls that one off. Just out of the reach of Hennigan over there at first base for Greater Latrobe. And Pugh with Clontz in scoring position. Maybe one more insurance run here with a base hit. We'll see if Pugh can deliver. That one at the knees, ball 3. Good eye there by Jessie Pugh. And the 3-1 pitch inside and low, so Pugh will draw the walk. Armstrong 2 aboard here, bottom of the 6th inning. Emma Paul with the big blow this inning. 2-run shot. Give the Riverhawks a little bit more comfort here. Boy, it looked like it was going to be a 5-4 game there after Williams had that what appeared to be a 3-run double, but Weatherton missing the plate as that ball's popped into right field and caught for the 3rd out. Cloak flies out on the first pitch for the final out of the 6th inning. We head to the 7th inning on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game day on High Top Sports Network. Riverhawks on top by 4 thanks to a 2-run shot by shortstop Emma Paul in the bottom of the 6th. Cam Sprankle got to be happy with her shortstop after that half inning. Sprankle had to work out of some jams there in the 6th after giving up a couple of runs. But she's been a gamer today. 3rd time through the lineup is when Greater Latrobe got to Sprankle She has been a fighter out there in the circle for Armstrong today. Looking to pick up her second win of the week. Earlier on Monday, the Riverhawks took care of business against Penn Trafford. 8 home runs in that game. Only one in this one, but none bigger than Emma Paul's 2-run homer there in the bottom of the 6th. So let's see if Cam Sprankle can put the finishing touches on a crucial victory. First pitch, ground ball to Paul. She fires across and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Maybe a little bit impatient right there by the Wildcats, swinging at the first pitch here, down 4 runs. That was Gabby Bird taking a cut at the first pitch. She grounds out to Paul, so 1 away. Sprankle, changeup, in for a strike. And fouled away right there. A little slap by King over to the fencing of the Armstrong dugout. 7-3 the score here, top of the 7th inning. Cam Sprankle trying to push the Riverhawks to 5-1 and 2-0 in section play. And hand Latrobe a crucial early season section loss. Kind of felt like it might be these two teams at the end of the season battling for this section, so it'd be a good start for the Riverhawks to take the first one from the Wildcats. Sprankle missing high right there, 2-2. Now the count. And that one just popped up on the left side, caught by Cloak for out number 2. So the Riverhawks just 1 out away from a big early season section victory over Latrobe here at the Hawks Nest. I guess you could call it that. I guess it's technically all the Hawks Nest. The gym, the baseball field, the softball field, the football field, soccer field, whatever. It's all the Hawks Nest. So Latrobe down to their final out swing, and a little liner, soft line drive out to Emma Paul, and that'll be out number 3 as Armstrong captures a 7-3 victory over visiting Latrobe this afternoon. Emma Paul, your Steffi's Country Catering player of the game. 3 for 3 this afternoon, 3 runs scored, 2 RBI, both coming on that critical 2-run home run in the bottom of the 6th inning. Not to mention with 2 outs, Emma Paul goes yard to give the Riverhawks some breathing room, and Sprankle shuts the door in the 7th with a 1-2-3 inning as Armstrong emerges victorious from a big early season section matchup. Excellent effort here by the Riverhawks. Latrobe threatened there. Got a couple of runs, looked like they had 3 in, but a base running error by Weatherton cost the Wildcats a very important run. And Armstrong able to add on. And Sprankle closing the door. Let's go through the box score on this John F. Graff Insurance Agency postgame here on High Top Sports Network. We'll run it down for you here in just 1 second. Thanks to John F. Graff Insurance Agency, downtown Katanning, PA, for being our postgame sponsor on the broadcast this afternoon. Game was scoreless after 2 innings. Armstrong jumped out in front 2-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Latrobe got one back in the top of the 5th, but Riverhawks answered with 3 to go up 5-1. That's when Williams looked to clear the bases with a 1-out double to the fence, but Weatherton missed third base, was called out on the appeal, so that made it 5-3 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. And then Emma Paul with the big blow, a 2-run home run off of Wildcat starter Kayla Williams. Deep and way out of here, a no-doubter if there ever was one, by Emma Paul. That was the Riverhawks' 10th hit And it was the biggest, or excuse me, that was the 9th hit, I believe, because Klontz had a single after Paul. But it was the biggest for sure. And we'll run down the Riverhawks scorecard here. Emma Smerick, 1 for 4, 2 runs scored, and a couple of stolen bases. Emma Paul, of course, 3 for 3, 3 runs scored, 2 RBI, a walk, and also a couple of stolen bases. Bella Atherton, 0 for 4. Jenna Klontz, 1 for 4, with a run scored and 2 RBI. Jessie Pugh, good to see her back after suffering an injury at Freeport, 2 for 2, with a run scored, an RBI, and 2 walks. So Pugh on base all 4 times. Shelby Cloak, 0 for 4. Cassidy Adams, 1 for 3 with 2 RBI. A big hit by Cass Adams with 2 out, 2-run single. Cam Sprankle, 1 for 2. And Jordan Klingensmith, 1 for 3. Paul with the home run. Total bases, Emma Paul had 6 to lead the Riverhawks. And as mentioned, both Paul and Smerick, 2 stolen bases. Klontz and Pugh, also a stolen base each. Cam Sprankle went complete game, 4 hits allowed, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned, to go with 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. She is the winning pitcher for the 2nd time this week. And for Latrobe, Williams suffers the loss. She gives up 10 hits, 7 runs, 4 of them earned. Wildcats made 3 errors in the game, which helped the Riverhawks score 3 unearned runs. Williams also had 3 walks and 3 strikeouts in the loss. The RBIs for the Wildcats, Williams had 2 on that double, should have had 3, but as mentioned, Weatherton missed the bag at third and was called out on the appeal. So that drops Latrobe to 6-1 on the season. Riverhawks up their record to 5-1, only blemish on Armstrong's record so far this year. A season-opening loss to Class 6A Hempfield. And since then, Armstrong has been perfect. And once that Riverhawks offense gets rolling, it is hard to stop, as we've seen the past 2 seasons. An 8-1 win over Indiana in game number 2, and then beat Knock 11-1, Freeport 7-1, Penn Trafford 13-3, and today downing Greater Latrobe 7-3. Do a quick check-in on what's going on at West Shamokin. Joe Rhodes over there with Sean McCullough doing the game. It is West Shamokin and Penns Manor Heritage Conference Baseball on the network. You can jump over there and check it out. Oh, Penns Manor up 8-2 right now over the Wolves in Heritage Conference action. And nice visit there by Armstrong hitting coach Pete Harmon, coming over to check in with me. We're going to be doing an interview with Pete, and I told him I wanted to do it after today's game. It'll be a Zoom interview, kind of a season outlook like we've been doing for the Riverhawks baseball and softball teams. And Pete thought, hey, he was coming up after the game. I said, you can talk if you want. He said, nah, I just set it up. So Pete, always one of the best guys to talk to when it comes to hitting. I mean, the guy is a guru. And if you have never looked over Pete Harmon's rules to hitting, you're missing out, because there's some great stuff in there. And we'll talk to Pete about that, get a Zoom interview set up, and we'll get that posted for you on our social media platforms and, of course, HighTopSportsNetwork.com. So as I said, checking in over at West Shamokin, 8-2 right now. Wolves are down to Penns Manor. And here, as mentioned, victorious are the Riverhawks, 7-3 this afternoon over visiting Greater Latrobe. A big early season win to see if the Wolves can gain some momentum. Oh man, the wind is trying to tell me to get out of here, I guess. It might be my cue to get going. So we will do just that. I'm going to break this equipment down and head back to the office, and we'll have a photo and a little recap of this game in the Leader Times for tomorrow's edition. Be sure to pick up a copy of the Leader Times, as High Top Sports Network is the official content provider for the Leader Times sports section. Always feel free to pick it up. We cover local sports in Armstrong County and beyond, both on High Top Sports Network and in the Leader Times. Thank you to all of our fantastic sponsors one more time. Ryan Bowser State Farm, today's official broadcast partner. Sprankles Neighborhood Market, our scoreboard sponsor and Backwards K sponsor. We had one of those today. Armstrong Indoor Athletics, our broadcast booth sponsor. Some great stuff coming up for Armstrong Indoor Athletics. Make sure you check out their website, aia.team. And they have a hitting clinic coming up here in a couple of weeks. Well, not even a couple of weeks. It's coming up soon, the 15th. 8U, 10U, and 12U, an hour each. It's $25. If you have a player in that age group, be sure to visit aia.team or give them a call, 138 South Grant Avenue in Katanning. You can give them a call at 724-793-7529. As I mentioned, baseball and softball hitting clinic at the AIA Diamond and Cage facility. And, of course, coming up later on in the summer, the 4th annual AIA Championship Baseball Camp. AIA is taking reservations for the Champ Camp right now. Register at aia.team. Thanks also to Steffi's Country Catering, our player of the game sponsor today. That is Emma Paul, junior shortstop. Had a big one. Emma. Get you plugged in. Sorry if this pops your ears. All right, Emma, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you pull it a little closer there? Let me turn you up just a touch there. All right, are we good?
Yep.
All right, Emma Paul joining me on the John F. Graff Insurance Agency postgame. Emma, you are today's Steffi's Country Catering player of the game.
Thank you.
3 for 3, you hit the ball extremely well. You always play solid defense. But that home run in a crucial situation in the 6th inning right there, I said on the broadcast, hitters count, and boy, you jumped on it. Just tell me what you saw.
I knew she was going outside. She's been working in and out all game, and I was ready for it, and I drove it to right field.
Yeah, you know, coming into this game, you could kind of predict you guys and Latrobe maybe being the teams that are fighting for this section at the end of the season. How important was this win today early in the year to take one from them?
This one was huge. We knew they were good. We thought it'd be a hitter's battle, but it was more of a pitcher's duel at the beginning. But we came on strong, and it was good. It was a good team win.
Yeah, you know, when I got up here and I started setting up, obviously the wind's blowing now, but it's blowing straight out. And I thought, boy, both of these teams, I might be in trouble out here in left center field. You figured, like you said, might have been a hitter's battle, but talk about Cam's effort today in the circle. She really worked hard. I thought, you know, when she got into trouble, she kind of buckled down, and you guys played good defense behind her.
Cam did great. Her pitchers were really working today. Bella behind the plate was calling it well. I think everything looked good from the pitcher and catcher perspective.
How's the feeling right now in the dugout? You know, you guys opened the season with that loss on the road at Hempfield, a little shaky, but since then, unbeaten, and you guys have been winning in dominant fashion like you're used to.
Well, my coach made a joke if we could flip a switch on for section play, and I think we honestly can. I think it's not a joke at this point. The switch is on. I think we're rolling, and we're looking good.
Yeah, the switch came on earlier this week against Penn Trafford. 8 home runs in a game. Obviously, you were part of that barrage. But just talk about this team. You know, you guys are veteran, battle-tested, been to the state championship game 2 years in a row. It never seems like you feel any nerves or anything like that.
No, the team, we work together. We believe in everyone. I feel that works to our success. No one gets nervous. I mean, nerves obviously, but that comes with the game. You have to use them for your benefit.
Well, you guys used them today, and we got Emma Smerick down there jumping in front of the camera, trying to make you laugh during the interview. But congratulations to you, Emma, our Steffi's Country Catering player of the game. Nice win today for you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that was Emma Paul Joining me here on the John F. Graff Insurance Agency postgame, and the wind really picking up right now as we're getting ready to sign it off. Thanks to Emma Paul for coming over and joining me. She came up to talk to her mom. She was in shouting distance, so I shouted her over. Thanks to Emma Paul, our Steffi's Country Catering Player of the Game. So signing off here from Armstrong Junior Senior High School, my name is Josh Schreckengoss. Final score, Armstrong 7, Greater Latrobe 3. Riverhawks 5-1 now on the year. Hope everyone has an excellent Easter holiday. Enjoy it with your family. Stay safe and be